I am back with another video of cool tools that everyone needs to install right now. Today I'm going to introduce PowerToys. Microsoft PowerToys is a series of tools and toolset that allows you to improve productivity and have a better experience working with Windows. Tools like fancy zones that allow you to create your own custom layout snaps, or text extractor that allows you to extract text from the pictures, videos, PDF, or anything on your screen that you can copy to your clipboard and paste it on your desired text editor. Other tools such as image resizer that allows you to resize pictures one at a time or in bulk, and file rename, which allows you to rename files with a lot of more functionalities. Let's start taking a look at these tools, and I will walk you through the details of every single one of these tools. From your favorite search engine, search for PowerToys. From the list, click on the link to learn.microsoft.com. This is a place where you can read all about the cool tools included in PowerToys. By clicking on the Install PowerToys, website will take you to the page that has the link to the GitHub site for the downloading. Click on Install PowerToys again to go to the GitHub page. I've also included the link to the download and reading page in the description as well. Scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and under Assets section, click on PowerToys 065.0x64. This will start the download. By the time you're watching this video, this number might have been increased. In that case, select the latest version of x64 to download your software. Once the download is complete, right-click on the file and run it as administrator to start the setup. On the open page, accept the license agreement and click Install. Depending on your computer speed, process might take a few minutes. PowerToys is a collection of utilities that allow you to enhance your Windows experience and improve your productivity. At the time of this recording, the latest version is 0.65.0. By the time you're watching this video, this number might have been increased. PowerToys has been around since Windows 95. It's been a long time that PowerToys has been around and being used by a lot of users. PowerToys has received a fair amount of attention recently. Microsoft PowerToys community has been active and have added a lot of cool new features to the toolset. As you can see, application has two major sections. On the left, we have the list of all the tools, and on the right, we have the settings related to each one of these cool tools. When you open the tool, it will land on the general page. This is where you configure all the settings related to the application itself, like checking for new updates or turning on the automatic updates. You can also make sure that the application runs as an administrator every time that it runs. With that, you are sure that the application will need all the necessary permissions to work properly. You can also change the application color theme to match your preferences. You can force the app to use light, dark, or make it to follow as your own Windows default theme. I personally like and use the dark theme because I find it easier on my eyes. The other setting on this page is whether you would like the tool to start with the Windows and if you would like to back up your settings and configuration. The first tool on the toolset is called Always on Top. We all have been in this situation when we are studying or taking notes while we are watching a video. Constantly switching between applications can be a little bit annoying. Always on Top is a system-wide utility that allows you to quickly pin a Windows to stay on top of your other screens. By using this feature, you can quickly pin your desired screen on the top. As you can see, the feature can be activated by a shortcut, which you can customize as well. Let's say you're watching a video and you would like to take notes on the notepad at the same time. The moment you click on your YouTube channel, the notepad page will go to the background and then you have to search to bring it up again. But if you hit the shortcut key, in our case, Windows Ctrl+T, you will notice a blue edge around your application. That means the application is now pinned to stay on top. If you want to disable it, you can hit the same key combination again. Awake is a quick way of preventing your computer from going to sleep without the need for changing your power settings. Yes, we can always go to the settings and change our desired power configuration, but then we need to remember to change it back to the previous settings. Awake allows you to overwrite these values for a specific duration of time without the need for changing the actual power settings. There are so many times that you would like to prevent your computer from going to sleep because you want to complete a task, or maybe you want to leave your computer to run a job while you are taking a break. You can select to keep your computer awake indefinitely or specify a duration in hours and minutes. You can also prevent the screen from turning off. Color Picker is a quick and simple tool that allows you to select colors from whatever you see on your screen anywhere in Windows. As you can see, the shortcut to the tool is Windows-Shift-C. You can decide if you would like to only open the Color Picker with the editing tool, or both when you hit the shortcut key. By hitting Windows-Shift-C, system will activate the Color Picker tool, and as you move your mouse around the windows, you can see a small window with a hex code. For example, let's say I like this blue here and would like to use it on one of my YouTube thumbnails or maybe in an Excel file. I only need to hover my mouse over the color I want and then click. By clicking on the selected color, the color editing page will open. I can see the color code in hex, RGB, and HSL format. I can also see a few tones brighter and darker for the same color range. These are suggestions by the Color Picker. I can now copy the code to my clipboard and use it in other applications. Let's say, in this picture, I would like to change the color for the word tools and use the new beautiful color that I selected. I can easily paste the hex code in my application and see the result. Well, it was not a great choice of colors for this picture, but you get the idea. Or if I open an Excel file, I can use the same color code for filling a cell or changing the color of my fonts. If you like to work with a single monitor, you're going to enjoy this feature the most. Fancy Zones is a Windows Manager utility for arranging and snapping windows into your personal customizable layouts. Before we start, I would like to change its shortcut to something that is easier for me to remember. I like to use Windows, Shift, and F for Fancy. Click on the pen icon and then click on the letter you want to change, and then hit the new key on your keyboard and save. To create your own custom snap layouts, start the layout editor to start. I have 3 monitors, and that's why you can see 3 monitors listed on top of this page. So I can select my largest monitor, which I would like to have the option to create different snaps and then create layouts that works for me. Click on Create New Layout to start. Select a name for your layout and choose between grid or canvas. If you select grid, your zones are horizontally or vertically aligned, but in canvas mode, you can have overlapping zones as well. Make your selection and click Create. Start drawing your desired layouts, and once you're satisfied with the result, hit Save and Apply. In this example, I will add 4 zones to my layout. When you start moving your opened application in Windows 11, you can use the predefined snap layouts available on the top of the screen. But if you would like to use your own custom defined layouts, simply hold down the Shift key when you are starting to move your application. Now you will see all your own personal zones are now available and ready to select. Drag all your applications in their desired place and enjoy your custom snap layout design. You can have several different layouts for different purposes. Maybe one layout for when you are studying and one layout for when you are working, or perhaps another layout for when you are recording your podcast. Let's create another layout and call it Productivity. This time, I will use Grid. With Grid mode, you can simply relocate the bars to adjust the snaps to your liking, or you can add a new bar. Once you're done, click Save and Apply. Optionally, if you want, you can add a shortcut to your layouts and activate them by using that shortcut. This can be very handy when you have multiple snap layouts. Simply edit the layout you want and select the shortcut. It's worth mentioning that you can exclude applications as well. For example, if you want to exclude an application from the layout, simply scroll all the way down and type in the name of the application that you would like to exclude. You might have been in a situation where you wanted to edit or delete a file, but you could not do it because the file was locked and you could not find what process is actually using that file. In situations like that, File Locksmith can be very handy. File Locksmith is a Windows shell extension for checking which process is locking a file. When enabled, the extension is added to your right-click context menu. If you would like to see which process is using a file, simply right-click on the file, select Show More Options, and select what's using this file. File Locksmith will show you the application using the file, and if you want, you can see the details information about the process as well. Information like process ID, username using the file, and the exact location. Optionally, if you need, you can click on End Task to close the application and kill the process that's locking the file. File Explorer add-ons is one of my favorite features. This setting allows you to see a preview of the files inside your Windows Explorer. You don't even need to open the file. When enabled, simply go to your File Explorer, select the file you want to see, and from the view, select Show Preview pane. This will open the preview pane to the right, and by clicking on each file, you can see a preview of the content of that file. To close the preview pane, repeat the above step. Go to the view, from the show, remove the checkmark for preview pane. Host File Editor. You know there is a file in your Windows system drive called host file. This file contains information about names and IP addresses you would like to introduce to your computer. I will have detailed videos about name resolution and how computers resolve a name on the network or over the internet. Make sure to check the channel regularly and watch those videos. Or maybe consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell icon to be notified when the videos are released. In general, you can edit this file and add the desired names and their respective IP addresses to the file, so every time your computer needs to resolve those names, it can quickly do so without checking the DNS. I will explain more on DNS in future videos. Host file is located in your operating system drive, Windows folder, System32, drivers, and etc folder. I know it's a long and complicated list of folders. You can either remember this path and go to that address to edit the file every time you need to, or you can be like me and pick the lazy route and use this tool. I personally find this tool a lot easier to work with. To edit the file, click the file editor and accept the warning. If you would like, you can disable this warning in the menu. Once the editor is open, simply click New Entry and enter your information. One example is when you want to give a name to your smart equipment in your house or on your network. Type in the IP address under the address, your desired name under the hosts, and an optional comment. Lastly, select if you would like to activate the entry and click Add. After you have completed entering your information, you will see them as one row in the list. You can also use the filter and search option. Filter can be done based on a section of the name, the full name, IP address, or even the comments. It's pretty powerful and impressive. Very well done, PowerToys community. One more action that you can do is to click on the open file and the system will open the actual host file for you. If you ever decided to temporarily disable one of the entries, simply toggle the switch in front of that entry. The system will disable that particular entry in the host file for you. It will convert it to a comment. Image Resizer is a tool that I almost use every day. It is another Windows shell extension that allows you to resize pictures individually or in bulk. To resize a picture, simply right-click on the picture that you want and click on Show More Options. On the opened context menu, select Resize Picture. This will open the Resize Picture window. Select the size that you would like and adjust the settings to your liking. Then click Resize. That's it. Windows will create a copy of the file with the new size. Optionally, if there is a size that you use more regularly, you can add that to your default sizes. For example, I use a size for my YouTube thumbnails a lot. I'm going to add that size to the list by adding a size. Select the name, enter the desired dimensions, and select the measurement unit for those dimensions. I use 1280 by 720 pixels and I call it thumbnails. Going back to your resizing files, you can select all the files you would like to resize and select resize. Now inside Image Resizer window, select your new custom size and click resize. The PowerToys Keyboard Manager enables you to remap keys on your keyboard. This can be great if you are used to using a specific key combination, or maybe you want to do a prank on your friends. For example, you can change the keys in a way that when you hit A, your computer types B, or any other letter that you want. Or another example is you can remap shortcut keys. For example, in this case, I would like to replace Ctrl+C with Windows C. Mouse Utilities is a collection of features that enhance mouse and cursor functionalities on your Windows. One of the very useful features, Find My Mouse option. This feature is extremely useful, especially when you have several monitors and want to quickly find and locate your mouse. If it's enabled, you can double hit your control key. This will dim your screen and draw a circle around your mouse position. If you would like, you can customize the background color or change the spotlight radius or opacity. Next useful feature of this utility is Mouse Highlighter. You will find this very handy in your presentations or when you're doing a demo. After you selected the shortcut for activation, you'll see that your mouse pointer would be highlighted on every click. If you would like, you can modify the color or add a secondary color for right-click option as well. Open the Appearance and Behavior. Select your primary and secondary colors, change the opacity and radius size to your liking, and try again. Primary is your left mouse click, and secondary would be your right mouse click. If you still need more attention to your mouse pointer, you can select Mouse Pointer Crosshairs. This feature adds 2 complete lines across your screen around your mouse, and it will draw a lot of attention from your viewers. In my opinion, Power Rename is one of the most useful tools in this package. Power Rename is a bulk file rename tool that allows you to modify the file names of a large number of files without giving them all the same name. When enabled, you can simply go to your File Explorer, select all the files that you would like to rename, right-click, and select Show More options. On the Open menu, select Power Rename. This will open a super simple yet very powerful tool for renaming these files. In the tool, you can see all your selected files on the right, and on the left, you have the option to type in the words that you would like to search and rename. As you know, if you select multiple files and use Windows to rename them, Windows will rename all the files together with the same name, and it only adds a number to the end. It is not very practical. But in this tool, we have a lot more options. On the left side, search for the phrase you would like to search in the file name. Then type in the replacement phrase in the Replace With field. By doing this, you can see which files are going to be affected and what would be the result of this name change. This allows you to see the result of your action before completing that action. You can also format the text, such as converting all letters to small or capital letters, or maybe first letter capital and the rest as normal letters. After you made your selection, click on Apply or Apply and Close. System will complete the rename for you. PowerToys Run is one of the other tools that I use every day. PowerToys Run is a quick launcher for searching and running any application from your desktop without the need to use the Start menu or the search box. Simply click Alt and Space to open the PowerToys Run and start typing the application or file you're looking for. Quick Accent is an alternative way to type accented characters. Users find this super helpful when their keyboards does not support a specific accent. This utility is turned off by default, and if you would like to use it, you will need to turn it on. Once turned on, you can simply start using it by holding down the key that you would like and hitting spacebar. This will open a pop-up window, and depending on the available option, you can select your desired accent. If you see more than one accent available, you can keep pressing the spacebar while holding down the desired key to switch between available options. Optionally, if you would like, you can change the location of the toolbar by changing the toolbar position to your favorite spot. Smart Ruler allows you to quickly measure pixels on your screen based on the image edge detection. I have changed the shortcut to Windows Shift R. The default is Windows Shift M. Once you hit the shortcut, you can see the toolbox appearing on top of your screen. Select your desired tool and start measuring the areas you would like on your screen. It will automatically detect the shapes. But if it didn't, you can click and drag with your mouse. And as you can notice, you can use this tool anywhere and in any application on your screen. Shortcut Guide is a handy cheat sheet to display most commonly used keyboard shortcuts that have the Windows key in them. To open this guide, simply hold down the Windows key and you will see a list of all shortcuts with Windows key in them. As an example, you know that by hitting Windows key and V together, Windows will open the clipboard and you can see all the values you copied in your clipboard earlier. Finally, if you would like, you can change the activation method from holding down the Windows key to a customizable shortcut. We kept the best one for closer to the last. Text Extractor utility enables you to copy text from anywhere on your screen, including images or videos, and convert them to a text file. While it is not always perfect, but it actually works pretty well. To activate the capture mode, hit Windows Shift and T, then select the area where you would like to extract the text from. As simple as that, the text is now extracted and is saved in your clipboard, which you can paste in your preferred text editor. Final feature of the toolset, as of today, is Video Conference Mute. It is a quick and easy way for muting your microphone, webcam, or both with just one shortcut. As you can notice, this feature is now called Legacy, and it is in maintenance mode. This means there would be no further updates to this feature, but it is being maintained for those who are using it. After you enable this feature, you can select the shortcut that allow you to quickly and easily mute your camera, microphone, or both with one shortcut. This is very useful in today's hybrid and work from home culture. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment in the comment section down below which one of these tools is your favorite and which one do you use the most. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video.